Today, we're diving into a really powerful idea: how to break free from the mental traps that, let's be honest, we often build for ourselves. This is all about becoming the architect of your own rescue.
I mean, have you ever felt completely stuck? Like your own thoughts have literally built a prison around you? It's that frustrating feeling of spinning your wheels, trying so hard to move forward, but you're going absolutely nowhere.
So where does it all start? Well, it usually begins with something we are all masters at: the overthinking trap. This is our brain's amazing ability to create entire worlds of worry based on things that haven't even happened.
Let's get really clear on what overthinking is. It's not just, thinking a lot. It's a totally destructive cycle. It's where we invent the worst possible outcomes in our heads and then get genuinely stressed out about these completely fictional scenarios.
And here's the lie, the little trick we plan ourselves that keeps us stuck in that loop. We truly believe that all this mental effort is productive. We think if I just analyze it one more time, I'll crack the code. But really, that's almost never what happens. All that overthinking, all those scenarios, they don't lead to action. In fact, they lead to the exact opposite: complete paralysis. So, welcome to what we can call the waiting game.
It starts right here. Maybe you've had a setback, a breakup, a lost job, some tough life event, and you just retreat into what feels safe, just thinking about it, and thinking and thinking and thinking about it.
But all that thinking isn't calm. It's not productive. It just piles on the anxiety. Every negative scenario you cook up in your head adds another heavy layer of stress, which makes the actual problem seem even bigger and more impossible to solve.
And this is the end of the loop. You get so overwhelmed by the stress that you've literally created for yourself that you stop even trying to solve the problem. You just wait. You're just hoping some miracle will swoop in and fix everything for you. And to keep ourselves in this holding pattern, we come up with some pretty convincing justifications, don't we? We tell ourselves, I'm going through a hard time, and that's valid. Or, it's okay to feel this way. And of course it is. But the danger is when we let those feelings keep us frozen, as days, then months, and sometimes even years just slip right by.
Okay, so if this waiting game goes on for too long, it can curdle into something even more dangerous. This is where we can start to find a strange, destructive kind of comfort in the idea of being the victim.
The victim narrative, for a moment, can feel really good. It gives you this temporary hit of satisfaction, right? It's like a free pass to make poor choices because, hey, you've been wronged, you deserve it. But the reality is pretty grim. It's just wasted time that piles on the guilt and, you guessed it, leaves the original problem completely unsolved.
This quote it gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? There can be a dark kind of enjoyment in that feeling, a satisfaction that is so alluring, but is ultimately toxic. Just seeing that, just recognizing that allure is the very first step to breaking its power over you. But listen, this is not a story without hope. Not at all. In fact, right at this lowest point, something amazing can happen. We can have a critical turning point, the moment of realization.
So here's the crucial idea. No matter how long you've been stuck, whether it's been days, months, or even years, it is never, ever too late. The key, the one non-negotiable ingredient you need for change, is self-awareness.
So what even is self-awareness in this context? It's the conscious, deliberate recognition that everything has a limit. There's a limit to waiting, a limit to grieving, a limit to feeling like a victim. It's that moment you finally say to yourself, okay, enough is enough.
Once you have that self-awareness, once you see what's really been going on, you get to do something incredible. You get to become the architect of your own rescue. You get to pull yourself out of that pit.
So how do you actually do it? Well, it really boils down to 4 powerful steps. First, you acknowledge your limit. You say no more. Second, you decide to face life head-on with courage. Third, you make a conscious choice to let hope and love back into your life. And finally, and this is the most important part, you do the work to pull yourself out.
I really want you to let this sink in, because it is the fundamental truth of this entire process. That miracle you were waiting for, it's you. Your friends, your family, they can cheer you on, they can support you, but they can't do the work for you. The decision, the action, that has to come from inside you.
And that brings us right back to you. After hearing all this, after thinking about your own life, what is the very first step, no matter how small, that you can take to begin your own rescue?